On a warm spring afternoon in April 2019, 26-year-old Prisma Denise Peralta Reyes vanished without a trace in Mesquite, Texas. A devoted mother, hard-working paralegal, and National Guard veteran, Prisma seemed to be balancing the complexities of adulthood with quiet strength. But that ordinary day would soon spiral into a nightmare her loved ones are still trying to wake up from. Prisma's disappearance sent shockwaves through her family and community. Friends described her as outgoing and driven, someone who had endured her share of challenges but never backed down. She had a young son she adored, and nothing in her routine that day suggested she planned to disappear. She left work for lunch but never returned. Hours later, her abandoned Jeep was found blocking traffic outside an apartment complex in Dallas, engine still running, purse and keys inside. But Prisma was gone. This is the story of Prisma Reyes, a daughter, a mother, a woman who disappeared in broad daylight and was never seen again. Prisma Denise Peralta Reyes was born in Veracruz, Mexico, and moved to the United States when she was young. She eventually settled in Mesquite, Texas, a suburb of Dallas, where she worked as a paralegal. She was also a veteran of the National Guard, known for her work ethic and strong sense of independence. At the time of her disappearance, Prisma was a single mother to a 6-year-old son. Her life was a balancing act, raising a child alone, maintaining a career, and navigating the emotional aftermath of a recent breakup. By all accounts, she was loving, responsible, and fiercely protective of her child. Those who knew her say it was completely out of character for her to vanish without warning, especially without making arrangements for her son. It began like any other day. That afternoon, Prisma dropped her son off at a babysitter's home in Mesquite. She planned to return later that evening after work, but Prisma never came back. At first, there was confusion. Maybe she got held up at work. Maybe her phone had died. But as hours passed and no one heard from her, worry turned into panic. By nightfall, her family reported her missing. Investigators soon began retracing her steps. Afternoon, the 17th of April. Prisma leaves work and drops her son off at the babysitter's. She's seen texting throughout the day. Some messages seem normal. Others suggest agitation. Around 5:30 p.m., surveillance footage captures Prisma eating lunch at E-Bar Tex Mex, a Dallas restaurant on Haskell Avenue, with her ex-boyfriend, a man she had recently broken up with.
Great day now. The family of a North Texas mother who disappeared explains why they're especially concerned about her safety. Good evening. Thanks for being with us at 10 o'clock. I'm Doug Dunbar. Prisma Reyes never showed up to pick up her 6-year-old son. That was on Wednesday. Then police found her Jeep abandoned in a Dallas neighborhood. All new at 10 o'clock, Andrea Lucia live in Dallas, where that mother was last seen before she disappeared. Andrea?
Well, Doug, Prisma Reyes' own mother told me she doesn't know why her daughter was here on Wednesday or what happened to her. She says she does know that Reyes would never abandon her own son.
It is unusual, I think, for anyone to maybe abandon a vehicle, but really to not pick up their child when they're supposed to. I think that's part of our biggest concern, is why she didn't pick her child up, and, is she safe?
Around 6 p.m., the ex-boyfriend leaves the restaurant. Prisma is seen making phone calls, appearing upset. She lingers at the bar, drinking and pacing. Shortly after 6 p.m., she follows her ex to his nearby apartment complex. 9 p.m. The last known surveillance footage captures Prisma inside the apartment building's elevator, talking on the phone. She's wearing a red shirt and blue jeans, appearing agitated. That was the last confirmed sighting of Prisma Reyes. The apartment building where Prisma was last seen belonged to her ex-boyfriend. According to his statements, he didn't invite her inside, and they had no contact after she left the restaurant. However, she somehow gained access to the building, likely by following another resident inside. The building's security footage captured Prisma waiting in the lobby, using her phone, and finally entering the elevator alone. She never appears on footage leaving the building. That's where the trail ends. There were no signs of a struggle. No witnesses reported anything suspicious. Her car, a white 2017 Jeep Wrangler, was found parked near the building. Her phone stopped pinging that night. Her social media accounts went silent. Her son was never picked up. Police searched the apartment complex, interviewed residents, and examined surveillance footage. Despite public pleas and media attention, leads were scarce. Some key points emerged. Her ex-boyfriend was questioned and reportedly cooperated with authorities. He denied knowing where Prisma went after the restaurant and was never named a suspect. The elevator footage showed Prisma visibly distressed, possibly intoxicated or emotionally overwhelmed. The mysterious time gap between her arrival and her disappearance remains unexplained. Did she enter one of the apartments? Was she lured somewhere off camera? The Dallas Police Department eventually handed the case over to the Mesquite Police, who continued the search. Cadaver dogs were brought in, theories were explored, but no trace of Prisma was found. Prisma's family, especially her mother and brother, have been tireless in their search for answers. They've organized vigils, social media campaigns, and interviews with the press, hoping to keep the case alive. Their central message is clear: Prisma would never have left her son willingly. The family believes someone knows what happened but is choosing to remain silent. In an emotional interview, her mother once said, "It's like she disappeared into thin air. But people don't just vanish. Someone did this, and we won't stop until we know the truth." As with many unresolved disappearances, several theories have emerged, some grounded in evidence, others more speculative. Some believe Prisma's ex-boyfriend may have played a role. The breakup was reportedly contentious. Her emotional state at the restaurant suggests there was tension. But without physical evidence or eyewitnesses, nothing could be proven. Could someone else in the apartment complex have harmed her? Did she knock on the wrong door? Was she lured or followed? Investigators have not ruled out foul play. Texas is a known corridor for trafficking. Some theorists suggest Prisma may have been targeted, especially given her vulnerable state that night. However, there's no direct evidence supporting this theory. Some early theories floated the idea that she ran away or had a breakdown. But those who knew her dismissed this. She left behind her child, her job, her life. No money was withdrawn, no messages left. It doesn't add up. Perhaps what makes Prisma's case especially disturbing is the suddenness. She was there on camera live, emotional and very much present, then nothing. No signs of a getaway, no struggle, no confession. It's like a door slams shut between one frame of the footage and the next. It evokes the same chilling emptiness as other high-profile missing persons cases. Maura Murray, Brian Schaffer, and Lauren Spearer. People vanishing into thin air, no clues, no trail, just absence. As of now, Prisma Denise Peralta Reyes remains missing. Despite years of searching, countless interviews, and sporadic tips, no credible lead has ever brought investigators closer to the truth. The case is still open, officially classified as a missing person with suspected foul play, but time continues to stretch without resolution. Every the 17th of April, her family gathers to hold a candlelight vigil in her honor. Her bedroom remains untouched in her mother's home, a shrine to the life she lived and the future she was robbed of. Her young son, now older, asks questions no one can answer, questions that hang heavy in the air. The most haunting of them all: how does someone vanish in broad daylight, caught on camera, and no one is held accountable? Prisma Reyes didn't deserve to disappear. She deserved answers, justice, and the chance to raise her child. Instead, she has become another name in a growing list of unsolved cases, a painful reminder of how easily someone can be silenced, and how slowly justice moves when the trail goes cold. If you know something, contact the Mesquite Police Department. No tip is too small. Someone out there holds the key to this mystery. Someone knows what happened that day. Until then, Prisma's family and the public are left to wait, hoping the silence will finally break.